The Absaloka Mine dates back to the early 1970s. In fact, 1974, I think, is when their permit was approved by the state of Montana. Later on, when the advent of the federal law, SMCRA, we call it, Surface Mine Control and Reclamation Act, came into being, the federal government had to start regulating the mine as well. And interestingly, in 2005, another permit was approved at the mine, and that's on the Indian reservation across the political boundaries. Because there's two permits at the mine, and one is duly regulated by both the federal government and the state government, a great deal of coordination needs to take place. There's things like inspection, permitting activity, water quality, air quality. All of these aspects of mining and permitting a mine must be coordinated between the federal government and the state government.
We come out once a month, meeting with the OSM and the Crow tribe folks to make sure that the Westmoreland here is meeting their environmental requirements within their permits and making sure that everybody stays kind of on the same page.
Having Montana State DEQ inspectors on site, as well as the Office of Surface Mining Inspectors and the Crow Tribe inspectors, we're really able to all work collaboratively towards excellent reclamation, because any issues that may arise we can address right then on the site in the field before we even get back to the office.
DEQ maintains a strong field presence in all of our activities, and the coal program is a really good example of that. We spend a lot of time on site, knowing the specific conditions, developing working relationships with the company, with the neighbors, in this case with the federal government and with the tribe. We have a partnership with the tribe along with the federal government. We work together to jointly oversee these activities, and I think the coal program and the work of the Absaloka Mine can serve as a model for other programs across the department.
Yeah, one of the other aspects about working jointly together and with the Crow tribe is that we get to share technologies. An example of this would be our mobile computing technology, where we have tablets with maps loaded on and real-time GPS that can track, and we can take notes on these tablets, and the tribe's really engaged in that technology for us. There are other technologies we can share as well, and we do that especially in training programs. We do a lot of training together with the state and the Crow tribal members.
Our mission or our goal is to protect the public trust. We need to ensure that the best reclamation possible occurs out at the mine. We need to communicate and collaborate so that in the end, when the mine's come and gone, the land can be put back to cattle grazing, agriculture, and water quality and quantity is back to where it was pre-mine.
DEQ's role in coal mining generally in Montana, and also specifically with respect to the Absaloka Mine, is to protect the environment, to make sure that there are no adverse impacts to water quality, to control air quality, and also ultimately to ensure reclamation, so that when the mining is done, everything is put back the way it needs to be. That's how we regulate mines across Montana, and specifically with respect to the Absaloka Mine. In this case, we're partnering with the federal government and ultimately the Crow tribe in regulating this, but the goals are the same.
Utilization of this land comes full circle. Once a productive hunting and gathering place, it moved into being fantastic agricultural land and then mineral extraction. Because of the entities involved and the checks and balances that are in place, this land can be put back together post-mining for agricultural use and wildlife habitat.
Us being stewards of the land, living off the land, using the land, we understand that there's a balance. So when it comes to co-development, we want to ensure that reclamation plays a major part in the aftermath of the development. You would see that over the years of these regulatory agencies working together. I remember at one meeting, what we recognized was that we're all out for the same thing, which is sound practices and being very cautious of the environment. Good development requires good people with the same vision to ensure that those practices are being followed. The diversification of employees we found during this process, it's been a culture exchange for all our regulatory players, which had been a benefit not only to the program but to the individuals, because we all learn from each other.